Hello, everybody. Peace. Today I'm going to be talking about a conversation that I've had with a few of my clients, and it is seasonal. It's a seasonal conversation, but it can be something that is all year round, and it is about the feeling of sadness. So many of my clients are feeling this heaviness, this feeling of they described it as like depression and just feeling like the stuck feeling and just not wanting to do anything. And today I'm going to be talking about why that might be, about three reasons why that might be, and the meaning behind why you're feeling like this. And just to let you know, it's very normal. You are not alone, and so many people are going through this right now, just like you.
From beautiful seas to flourishing legacies.
So, the word depression. When you hear someone who talks about depression, we might have this instant reaction like, oh, I don't want to go there. Oh, you should probably get some help. Oh, that's something we don't talk about. It's such a downer, right? And it's interesting, the word downer is literally what depression is. It's like going down, it's feeling very low, right? So now I want to just preface that before I talk about this topic on meaning behind depression, because there is a meaning behind it. I just want to let you know that the depression I'm talking about is not the kind which is clinical. It's something that is not something that can be diagnosed, really. It's a kind of depression that so many people, if you are human, it is literally the human experience of this existential feeling of sometimes you just feel empty, right? Sometimes you just feel sad. Sometimes you feel a little down, and you just feel like you're questioning a lot of things in your life, and it comes up at different times. So I want to give you some meaning behind what that is. And I just want to also say that if you are someone who's gone through something called complex PTSD, if you have gone through childhood trauma on a regular basis as a child, it is normal to have another kind of depression. It's called abandonment depression, which is an extreme feeling of hopelessness and helplessness. Is really very close to despair. And I'm not talking about that kind of depression. I'm talking about a depression which is a little bit different. It's just whether you've been through trauma as a child, whatever, just being a human, you have that inside of you, and there is wisdom behind it, right? But what tends to happen is as soon as we begin to feel a little bit sad and down, if we have gone through a difficult past, we might fall into that abandonment depression. That's the abandonment depression, feeling like there is no hope. Like I said, you have no power, right? And it can really be a dangerous place to be in if we stay in it for too long, and then it can go into shame and fear, and all of these things can all mix up, and then you're having these thoughts, and then you have these ideations of just wanting to end, everything, and spoiler alert, trigger warning, right? So anyway. So this kind of depression that I'm talking about is something that everyone goes through, right? So there are three main reasons, and I'm sure there are many more, but I want to put three reasons that there is meaning, that could be the meaning behind why you are feeling sad right now. And this is number one. Let's just get into it. So the first reason is that it's time to slow down, and it's time to restore, right? It's time to slow down, and it's time to recover and restore. And the time that this normally happens is very aligned, especially if you're a woman. It's aligned with your menstrual cycle. It's just before your time of the month. You're feeling very low and even during the time of the month as well, you're just feeling like you really have to recover. You're exhausted. You feel a little bit sad, and the intention behind that is slow down. I remember when I had a root canal, and what happened was, I remember that night I was fine. I was jumpy. I was great, and it takes me a while to process things. But anyway, the night came when I felt like, oh my gosh, I feel really like down. Why do I feel so down? I just got this thing done that I wanted to get done so long ago, and it's finally done. And then I realized, I was like, oh, because my body is telling me to slow down and recover, right? So I did that. I recovered, slowed down, and then the feeling, not saying it diminished, but its job was done, right? So, and that's a time that you might feel like that. You might feel a little bit depression after there's been an intense activity inside of your life, whether that is an emotional activity, whether that is you've been through, something spiritual, something physical as well, and you feel this kind of depression because your body is simply just telling you, slow down, calm down, restore, and recover. That's the first reason, right? Now, the second reason, and this is so interesting because it's something that is so true as well. It's the second reason, here's the second reason. I'm just talking around it. The second reason is because your depression is telling you that it's time that something in your life that you held of great value, something has to change with it. And it's that understanding of your body on a physiological level that this thing that you valued so much, it doesn't work anymore. It is hurting you more than it is helping you. It's weakening you, right? And your body is telling you that. And it doesn't have to be anything drastic. It could be something which is a part of your organization. Maybe you founded an organization. A part of it just has to change a little bit because it just doesn't work with where you are right now in your life because you've changed, right? So it's that feeling of like, find the thing, think about it. Where is your depression directed towards? When do you feel that sadness? And think about it and just figure out, what can I do here to let something go that isn't working for me anymore? Maybe it could be just a part of something in that thing. It could be the way you approach relationships. It could be how you take care of your children. Those are two reasons. Now, another reason why we might be feeling a little bit depressed and sad as well is because we have let go of something that we valued has come to an end. Right? So it's not something that has to come to an end. It's something that has come to an end. And as creatives and me as a writer as well, whenever I finish a project, I'll get this feeling of sadness. And it's so random. It just comes. And I realized after listening to other writers who write the way I do, that this feeling is very normal. It's like you are letting go a part of something that you worked so hard towards, right? So that is very normal as well. Even a writing project, even a creative project, and it could be anything. It could be more drastic would be a relationship has come to an end, or it could be a part of you has come to an end, or it could be mourning the loss of something that you were when you were younger as well. And that depression is telling you, okay, it's time to grieve, because that's what happens during the times of depression. There's a kind of grieving that takes part in letting go as well. It's all related to it. And just to circle back as well now, the first kind of depression, which is restore and recharge, it also happens in winter, right? And the winter is seasonal thing which affects us emotionally as well, and that's why this seasonal depression is something that is commonly spoken about as well, especially if you are highly sensitive or you are sensitive in general and you are very affected. And even biologically, you know, there's less light that's coming into our system, there's less energy, and we're here to calm down as well. So anyway, I hope that gives you a little bit of hope that this feeling of depression is something that will pass, inshallah, God willing. There is meaning behind it. It is not something that is just, oh, you feel like this and it's the most awful feeling in the world and you just have to get through it, or you have to ignore it or escape it and pull yourself out from it. No, it has a meaning behind it. It's telling you what to do. And there's this really good book. It's called Constructive Wallowing. It is literally how to be depressed right? So anyway, you should check that out, and I'm really excited to offer one-on-one coaching. I do somatic work, mindfulness work as well, cognitive, all that good stuff. I also do group coaching. I invite you to join me. All the information is under this video. If you're not ready to do any of those things, that's absolutely okay. I do have a free downloadable for you. It is from my book, The Woke Writer, and is all about letting go, the concept of surrender, conscious surrender, and I really hope you enjoy it. So thank you for being here with me today. Have a beautiful and blessed day, everyone. Peace.